Game 13 of the Gencor Fair Break Invitational 2023 here at the Kowloon Cricket Club in Hong Kong between the Spirit and the Tornadoes. Isabel, Dunkley with me as we work our way through the highlights of the first innings. A couple of drop catches early for Callis, who ended up making 37 but had to fight really hard, especially against the seam of Gal.
Yeah, just trying to knock herself back into form, isn't she? She's been out of form in this tournament and pedestrian by her standards. A play and a miss, a bit of extra bounce, of course, by the giraffe Gore. Runs here and there.
Well, they did get away towards the end of the power play via Van Niekerk. That was a huge six, the one we saw before, over square leg, cleared the camera gantry, ended up in the children's playground and kept going after as well. That one cleared the corporate sense, but then the final ball of the power play, when they were none for 44, make that 44 for one, Carey getting her to drag one back on. And then they had a slower period leading up to the halfway mark. They didn't quite get away until Stefanie Taylor put the foot down.
Well, it was all thoughts on that bonus point at the 10 over mark, and the Spirits trying to keep the runs down, and it was the spin that stifled them, that of Miyagi and Dunkley. But then they started to open up. Callis and Stefanie Taylor together putting on 81 in that partnership.
At the halfway mark, they were 63 for one. And why is that relevant? Well, if the Spirit reach that mark, they can't miss the semi-finals. They'll be the fourth team to get there. So, well, should I say, if the Spirit chase that down in the batting innings here. So they feel the first 64 is their target after 10. And if they win the game, well, they'll make absolutely certain of it. And that'll help in terms of trying to get up to first or second. Stefanie Taylor reached her half century with a six and kept going. Got a couple of full tosses in the last couple of overs. Was able to bat well with Sapita. They put on a partnership of about 30-odd. Sapita batting for the first time in the tournament and stumped from the last ball of the innings. Marianne Masonda, the captain of Zimbabwe, getting Dunkley a second one on the way out.
It's a respectable score though, 153. 17 extras, a bit sloppy in the field, the Spirit, this time round.
Yeah, all told, the 17 extras, 14 of those wides, plus a few no balls. So they'll need to go at just over 7.5 and over. The Spirit to secure victory, and 64 after 10 will make sure that they make the semi-final. So we'll take a look at the highlights. There was a wicket from the first ball of Sitarung Spell. Nice take from Andrea Mazer, Peter, underneath it there. Got them the key wicket of Dunkley. And then when Bismarck Maroof falls, it's 2 for 9, or 9 for 2, depending on where you went to school. And it took them a while, the Spirit, to get into the groove. They didn't have a particularly forceful power play with some rare exceptions. But Chansum was hitting the ball well by the time Tomlinson joined her. And then the jeopardy of the bonus point, which became the focus of much of our conversation, because as soon as they hit the lead after 10 overs, and that's the 10th over we're watching here, it was a sure thing that they were going to make the semis, and this is why. Leadership.
She's had an outstanding tournament, the captain, Nicola Carey. She's enjoyed her time at Fair Break, her second tournament, and consistently doing the job for the Spirit. Alia Riaz picking up another wicket, just a little feather behind. Ariana Douse making no mistake, but the hitting late in the day, helped by some loose deliveries, but you still have to get the middle of the bat, and Nicola Carey thumped it to all parts of the ground.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day for Sune Luce to have a bad day with the ball. Gave Carey plenty to hit. There was 24 taken from this over. There were 48 taken from 3 overs before the death, and from there it was a cakewalk. And you can see here, she just kept swinging. That was the most enjoyable thing, I think. And Winifred Duryasinghe, who was such a force for good last year, had no response, and the winning runs were finally secured. Of Zimbabwe's captain, Marianne Masonda, smacked her away for a 4 just to make sure of it from the free hit.
Yeah, great partnership. Good news that Chanton was able to come back after rolling her ankle. It looked nasty, but hopefully she's fit and well for the semi-finals.
So the Spirit, because of their win today, still have the chance to move into top spot. That's what they'll be playing for tomorrow when they take on the Falcons in the afternoon game. And they've done it in style here. Nicola Carey, 84 from 28. Good performance from Stefanie Taylor back in the side, 61 not out from 48 to get them up to 150. But once Kerry got going, they were going to be, well, maybe they were 40 short. Says a bit about the way she was travelling.